hands together for the Amazing Indians Grand Jury, philanthropist and chairperson of the Adani Foundation, Dr. Preeti Adani, Sarod Maestro and composer, Ustad Amjad Ali Khan, former scientist at ISRO, who you all know as Rocket Man, S. Nambi Narayanan, actor, author and TV personality, Sonali Bendre, Vice Chairman, CSR at Apollo Hospitals, Vice Chairperson, Upasana Kamineni.
Let's have a loud round of applause for our... Now with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to celebrate the work and achievements of our amazing Indians. We'd like to request the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar, to do the honors.
Along with Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar, can I please request MD Times Group, Shri Vineet Jain, to please do the honors. Now, 2020 got off to an extremely somber note with an unprecedented pandemic hitting the world and us here in India in a way that we could never have imagined. Nobody was prepared for it. There were so many lives lost and so many more displaced, so many livelihoods lost for our lives to never be the same again. It was during these difficult times that we saw the emergence of heroes disguised as ordinary people that made a positive difference in the lives of those who were in need.
Absolutely. In fact, our first category this evening is COVID-19 heroes. Our nominees tonight have been shortlisted based on the impact of the initiatives that have gone beyond the call of duty to enable Indians to get through the pandemic. So let's take a look at the nominees.
In the category COVID-19 heroes, the nominees are Jaswant Kaur. Jaswant Kaur's leadership at Dipalaya ensured 22,000 families in the poorest neighborhoods of Delhi received dry rations, access to correct information on COVID-19 management and health facilities, including vaccination. Yashaswini Jannalagadda. Entrepreneur Yashaswini Jannalagadda started Project Prisha in September 2020 to support those affected by helping them establish small businesses like push carts, tea stalls and tailoring shops. Soumitra Mandal. Also known as the Oxygen Man, Soumitra Mandal has carried oxygen cylinders and concentrators on his bicycle in the challenging topography of Sundarbans in West Bengal. Rashmi Balwani. The severe economic and hunger crisis brought on by the pandemic moved entrepreneur Rashmi Balwani to help the underprivileged, from distributing ration kits, powering children and women through education and upskilling. Vishal Kumar. As the lead of the war room at the Ministry of Commerce during the pandemic, Vishal Kumar facilitated the procurement of critical essentials such as masks and ventilators from across the world.
All right, those were the nominees. And the Amazing Indian in the category of COVID-19 heroes is Soumitra Mandal. I think it's only fitting that the very first winner in our very first category comes from a state that Jagdeep Dhankhar ji knows very, very closely and has been very closely associated with. A social activist, Soumitra was taken by the plight of villagers in Gosaba, a district in the Sundarbans region of West Bengal, hit not just by the aftermath of COVID-19 lockdown, but also the devastating impact of the cyclone Amphan that hit the region during the thick of the pandemic. He overcame locational challenges that the region posed and helped local villagers gain access to oxygen concentrators, oxygen cylinders and medicines, among other essentials. Thank you very much for what you have done, Soumitra Mandal.
Thank you so much for the service that you've done to the nation and those in need.
You know, Meghna, I firmly believe that animals have a right to life and food as much as we humans, but with rapid urbanization and with the events of a pandemic in recent times, these helpless beings end up being neglected. And when it comes to setting up and establishing management programs that aid these street animals, unfortunately, they get pushed down lower in the order of priorities. Our second category this evening is animal welfare. Our nominees tonight have been shortlisted on the impact of the initiatives that provided essential and emergency veterinary services and care, along with food, water and shelter for free-roaming animals. Let's take a look at the nominees in this category.
In the category Animal Welfare, the nominees are Roxanne Davour. Roxanne has been running Probably Paradise, a shelter home for animals on her 1.5-acre family farm in Karjat, Maharashtra since 2011. Anil Kumar Bishnoi. Anil Kumar Bishnoi for over 3 decades has been actively campaigning in the Bikaner region to protect black bucks and chinkaras from poachers and habitat loss. Abhishek Ray. Music composer Abhishek Ray plowed his life savings into reforesting a barren and exploited hill on the outskirts of Jim Corbett National Park. Fiza N. Shah. For nearly 2 decades, Fiza Shah has been rehabilitating all kinds of old, injured, stray, abandoned and ill animals on her 6-acre Fiza farm in Virar near Mumbai. Tarunesh Balsara. Since 2010, Tarunesh and his team at World for All in Mumbai has rescued thousands of orphaned and injured puppies and kittens, nursed them back to health with veterinary assistance and got them adopted into loving and caring homes. Dr. Tapesh Mathur. A pioneer in making prosthetics for animals, Dr. Tapesh Mathur's Krishna limb is helping disabled animals walk, run and lead a life of dignity.
All of them really deserve the highest of applause and gratitude from the entire nation. So now let's announce the winners. And the amazing Indian under the category of animal welfare is Abhishek Ray, the founder of Sita Bani Wildlife Reserve. Well, from a young boy whose heart would break to see a bird in a cage, who became a Bollywood music composer, today he has a bona fide tiger and leopard tracker. For over 20 years, Abhishek Ray has devoted his life to the wildlife reserve that he has built from a barren hill and turned it into a prime forest that is now the world's first private wildlife refuge with wild tiger and leopard presence. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for everything that you've done for India.
The loudest applause for those who work, for those who can't speak for themselves. Thank you. Moving on to our third category today. A constitutional right, something that all of us take for granted. And most of us have access to the best that the world of education has to offer, right? But according to the 2021 report of the National Statistical Office, India's average literacy rate is 77.7%. Less than half of India's children between the ages of 6 and 14 have the privilege of attending school. Most children are forced to work to help support their families, forfeiting the one privilege that is their right, that is the right to education.
In fact, our third category this evening is education. Our nominees tonight have been shortlisted based on the impact of the initiatives that have helped provide education or further education to the underserved sections of the society and the marginalized populations. Take a look at these nominees.
In the category Education, the nominees are Poonam Shruti. The brittle bone disease didn't stop Poonam Shruti from dreaming big, so Poonam decided to become a catalyst for other challenged individuals by boosting their morale and providing them access to tools and services to help them succeed and achieve their potential. Babar Ali. Declared as the youngest headmaster in the world in 2009, Babar Ali became the torchbearer of education in his economically deprived village of Bhapta in Murshidabad when he started a school in 2002 at the age of 9. Mani Srivastava. Mani uses green chemistry projects to instill awareness and a scientific temper in school kids about sustainable alternatives for a better tomorrow. Revati Radhakrishnan. Moved with compassion at the plight of coastal nomadic tribes of Nagapattinam in Tamil Nadu, during the 2004 tsunami, Revati Radhakrishnan set up the Vanavale School and Trust to provide education to the children of these tribals. Anil Kundra, a 2011 encounter with an anxious elderly single parent of an autistic adult prompted Anil Kundra to set up the Autism Ashram in Hyderabad in 2012. The ashram addresses the special learning needs of the autistic kids.
Well, those are the nominees. And now for the winner. And the amazing Indian under the category of education is Revati Radhakrishnan.
A filmmaker, journalist and theatre personality, Revati, through her foundation, Vanavale Trust, has been working towards the education and upliftment of the nomadic tribal communities in Tamil Nadu. She started the trust in the aftermath of the devastating tsunami of 2004 and for over 18 years has worked with children of these communities to provide them with education, healthcare and nutrition and helping generate alternative sources of livelihoods.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for whatever you have done for the entire nation. Well, let's move on now. The quality of our air, our water contaminations, the erosion of our soil, deforestation, the loss of wildlife, our ecology have all been massively impacted. With average temperatures rising and extreme weathers of floods and drought causing havoc for both man and animal, the need for the hour of India is to focus on restoration of our environmental ecosystem.
And that's why our fourth category this evening is environment. Our nominees tonight have been shortlisted based on the impact of their initiatives that focused on not just creating awareness on the adverse effects of pollution, but also focused on promoting the use of environment-friendly and sustainable methods in our day-to-day lives. Let's take a look now at the nominees.
In the category Environment, the nominees are Soumya Biswal, a resident of the Astaranga beach in Odisha. Young environmentalist Soumya Biswal has removed over 5 tons of garbage from the beach and restored the nesting site of the endangered Olive Ridley turtles to pristine health. Salumarada Timaka, Padma Shri Salumarada Timaka planted and tended to 385 banyan trees along a 45-kilometer stretch of highway near her village in Karnataka. Janani Venkatesh, Chennai resident Janani Venkatesh started ROCA, a hyper-local waste management initiative in her society in 2018. Janani and her team of volunteers prevent over 850 kgs of wet waste from going to the landfill every day. Prabhakar Rao Bandi. Retired architect Prabhakar Rao Bandi has been humbly working towards reversing the diversity lost to industrial agricultural practices. His seed-saving venture, Haryali, has tested, propagated and preserved over 150 varieties of endangered indigenous vegetable seeds. Akhilesh Anil Kumar. Akhilesh Anil Kumar is working with stakeholders in the government and private sectors on climate action while mobilizing the youth to join the climate movement by conducting seminars, workshops and campaigns.
And the amazing Indian under the category of environment is Soumya Biswal. With a vision to make Odisha a green, beautiful and ecologically balanced state, Soumya Biswal, through his Odisha Paryavaran Sanrakshan Abhiyan, undertook the arduous task of cleaning up the beaches of Odisha to aid in conservation of sea turtles and other wildlife sustainably. Through his work that has focused on saving the mangrove forests and organizing campaigns that promote the preservation of our immediate environment, Soumya Biswal is showing the world how we can grow in our lives without being a burden on the environment.
A big round of applause for Soumya. Well, we are what we eat. Haven't we heard that one too many times already? Well, what we end up saying, at least to our children, when we try to discourage them from eating junk food. But this is a fact that you and I as individuals should also live by. What we eat determines how healthy our bodies are and determines its ability to fight illness and help us live disease-free. But unfortunately, there are many in our country who do not have access to regular and healthy meals.
And that's why our fifth award category this evening is Food Management and Nutrition. Our nominees tonight have been shortlisted based on the impact that their initiatives that were undertaken to not only provide meals and essential sustenance to the underprivileged, but have also created awareness about the importance of a healthy diet and proper nutrition in our meals. Let's take a look now at our nominees in this category.
In the category Food Management and Nutrition, the nominees are Jyotiben Jitendra Bhai Tank. Losing her husband to cancer, homemaker Jyotiben decided to turn around her deteriorating financial condition through organic farming. From driving tractors to supporting her children's dreams, Jyotiben has become a role model to 150 women in the farming community in her village. Vishal Kumar. During the pandemic, Vishal Kumar led the emergency response programs of Feeding India by Zomato, which included distributing 7 crore meals during the first lockdown. Vishal's focus has been on supporting marginalized communities severely affected by the pandemic through meal distribution. Syed Gulab. Syed Gulab distributes free lunch meals every day at a junction surrounded by government hospitals in Bengaluru to attendants of poor patients. Syed Gulab has managed to satiate the hunger of over 9 lakh poor hospital visitors. Avdesh Kumar. Avdesh Kumar's distinguished work has enabled the shattering of taboos and myths and a better quality of life for marginalized PLHIV and TB patients. Chandni D. Uplifted and transformed through education herself, Chandni D is not just educating, but also feeding healthy and well-made food to over 500 slum children every day to foster their holistic development. Pranali Kamdar. Pranali Kamdar runs Manjuba Ki Rasoi, a food truck that serves 300 piping hot meals to the poor in Ahmedabad's slums every day. Pranali serves foods like dosas and pizzas to people who can't afford to eat them at a restaurant.
And the amazing Indian under the category of Food Management and Nutrition is Jyotiben Jitendra Bhai Tank. Well, with the motivation to cultivate her own farms using new sustainable techniques free from the use of chemicals, Jyotiben Jitendra Bhai Tank advocates the use of drip irrigation, biogas methods and chemical-free slurry as fertilizer. In fact, she is part of a registered mandali of farmers who are farming using natural agricultural techniques and making collective efforts towards the marketing of their organic products.
Well, those were the amazing Indians of our first 5 categories this evening. Honorable Vice President, sir, we would like to thank you for being a part of the amazing Indians' journey tonight